Hello, welcome to Industry Reactions. Industry Reactions is a weekly briefing on industry events, changes, and future trends that impact your business. We're your hosts, Rick Honer and Mark Friedel from ChemPoint. You can find Industry Reactions on YouTube, LinkedIn, and as a podcast. For those watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and smash that like button. We plan on discussing issues that impact the global industry and help you uncover new opportunities. We hope this will provide market intelligence that will keep you ahead of changing conditions.
Once again, our top story is around the freezing temperatures in Texas last month and the supply disruption that it has caused. While things are getting better, it's all relative. Texas petrochemical producers continued restart efforts at plants shut down during sustained sub-freezing temperatures the week of February 15th, with much attention focused on bringing olefin plants back online to provide critical feedstocks for derivatives. It's going to be a while before production chains resume normal output, since it involves a process of discovery to determine if everything is okay. At its height, the freeze took about 75% of the 40 million metric tons per year of U.S. ethylene capacity offline, with the vast majority along the Texas coast. Some has resumed operations, while others remain shut amid inspections or have faced ups and downs during restart efforts, market sources indicated.
Yeah, boy, when you look at that chart, it's a little scary about how much disruption that's going to have down the line.
Well, all indications are things are improving and getting better, but again, the ripple effect is going to be big.
Yep. And to make a short situation even shorter, the global chemicals output started 2021 on a solid note. Global chemicals production rose 1.4% in January, a slightly slower pace than December, and continuing the global recovery that began in June. This is according to data collected and tabulated by the American Chemistry Council. During January, chemical production grew across all regions. Headline global production was up 9.5% year over year.
Yeah, this is a good story that things are positive, but obviously this is looking backwards, and it's hard to imagine that the impact from the Gulf Coast shutdown will have an impact on this moving forward, but I guess we'll see.
Agreed.
And no surprise that chemical rail car traffic in North America remained depressed last week as the U.S. Gulf Coast chemical producers attempted to restart below freezing-related shutdowns. During the week ending February 27th, volume was up 15% from the previous week, which is encouraging, but still down 15% year over year. So things are being turned back on. Rail cars are moving, but again, still much lower than it had been pre-freeze.
Okay, so now into new product introductions and company announcements. So Exxon, once a skeptic, sees profit in capturing carbon emissions. ExxonMobil Corp says the time has come to turn capturing carbon emissions into a real business as it faces pressure from activists to become a greener company. That represents an about face for the Texas oil giant, which for years has held a pessimistic view of investing heavily to commercialize carbon capture projects, saying that they made little economic sense without massive government incentives. Exxon, which is counting on carbon capture and storage as a primary way to achieve its targets for reducing greenhouse gas emissions, touted the recent creation of a new business unit to commercialize the technology during its annual Analyst Day Wednesday, saying political changes and other advances were combining to make it more viable.
Good to see ExxonMobil joining the 21st century. Everyone gives them a lot of grief for being the last company to embrace sustainability and greener initiatives. The Hershey Company's new commitment to ending deforestation includes a crackdown on any cocoa supplier who breaches the policy, which may lead to suspension or complete removal from the company's supply chain. The No Deforestation program was announced in line with the chocolate giant's targets to reduce its global emissions in line with the Paris Climate Agreement to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Deforestation and forest degradation are key contributors to climate change and global warming. Action on land use is highlighted as a critical part of Hershey's plan to reduce its emissions. Hershey's commitment to end deforestation applies to all suppliers across its raw material supply chains.
Man, I thought I already felt guilty enough eating these chocolate bars. I didn't know I had to feel guilty about the earth as well.
Yeah, now you can feel better about it. Thanks to Hershey's.
All right, food and beverage ingredient solutions firm Ingredion is adding 2 new products to its plant-based portfolio that are made at its new pea protein production facility in South Sioux City, Nebraska. The ingredients, Bidescence Plus 1853 pea protein isolate and Purity Pea 1002 pea starch, are made with 100% sustainably sourced inputs from North American farms. Bidescence is used to boost the protein content of products and is allergen-free. Purity Pea is used for texture in a range of applications, including plant-based cheese, gelatin-free confectionery, and gluten-free baked goods.
That pea protein is delicious. All right, demand for functional beverages is translating into new product launches in the marketplace, with products that deliver benefits in areas such as immunity, digestive health, mental health, and cognitive health. The functional beverage market is expected to gain traction and see a surge in NPD targeting consumers who are approaching health holistically due to the COVID-19 threat. This is based on New Carry research, which found that 65% of functional beverage consumers are more worried about their health since the start of the pandemic. Sounds obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah, so no more slamming down 1,000-calorie drinks. They're just not going to make you. They're going to make you smarter. Okay, so now into M&A news. Millikin and Company, a global diversified manufacturer, has formally acquired ZebraChem, a global chemicals company known for its peroxide and blowing agent master batches. With more brands and governments globally setting goals to increase their use of recycled materials, plastics manufacturers are faced with the challenges of using recycled plastics effectively. Peroxide master batches, like those from ZebraChem and Millikin, make it possible to incorporate up to 100% recycled content into these new plastics. Combining the strengths of Millikin and ZebraChem opens up new potential to expand solutions that accelerate and improve plastic recycling. So that's a good story.
Yeah, for sure. Plastics market is another one of those industries that's a little slow to adapt to some of these green initiatives. Nouryon has signed an agreement to divest its salt specialties business to the Salins Group, an international salt company headquartered in France. The acquisition included 3 locations for the packaging and distribution of specialty salt in the Netherlands, Denmark, and in Sweden. Nouryon will supply Salins with high purity vacuum salt for their mining operations. This acquisition allows Salins to continue its strategic development.
All right, with the last story, Solvay. Solvay says it has begun carving out its soda ash and derivatives business into a separate legal entity, a step companies typically undertake before selling a business. Solvay says the new legal structure will enable it to optimize the soda ash business's cash flow generation and profit while increasing its future strategic flexibility. The company is the world's largest producer of soda ash, a white mineral used to make a range of products, including glass and detergents.
Feels like every other week Solvay is in the news. It definitely looks like they're completely overhauling and repositioning their portfolio of products and businesses.
Absolutely.
All right, that's it for this week's edition of Industry Reactions. We will return next week with a fresh batch of Industry Reactions. Until then, stay safe.
Take care.